On world over, and very special warm welcome to our brothers and sisters from India. Those are joining us this afternoon for this particular program. We extend a very warm welcome, and first of all, wishing you all a very happy new year, a wonderful year, and all the good days ahead for all of us. We hope things get better, and every day they get much better, and thereafter the world gets back to the new normal, what it used to be in March 2020. Right. So this afternoon, we extend a very warm welcome to Madam Iyengar Ramamani and Mr. Manoj Savale. They have joined us, and Mr. Shanmugasaran Sundarji, he has yet to join. We'll wait for him. Let him come. Today's topic is very interesting. It's a new education policy 2020, existing gaps in the distance learning implementation. Now, what are the gaps in distance learning? They are not talking about teaching, distance learning implementation. So, when we hold that particular journey, let me share a couple of slides with you. Who are we and why we are having this program? Ladies and gentlemen, we are International Chamber for Service Industry. We deal with the non-resident Indian and Indian corporate houses and the government interface from time to time. During this pandemic, like doctors, nurses, paramedical people, they have been great warriors. Let me share with all of you that all teachers, they have done phenomenal, wonderful, par excellence job. Because in March, everybody was struggling. Where is Zoom? What is Zoom? And what is Microsoft? What is Cisco? And where is Google? And then everybody has come a long way. Flip learning, digital learning, blended learning, outside classroom learning, and distance learning, taco-based learning, outside four walls room learning. Everything, it came like a tsunami, and our teachers are wonderful. Our principals are par excellence. Everybody has given a wonderful job and wonderful inputs. So, heartiest congratulations to all of you. You all have done a commendable work. Our chamber is the one which basically, when you look back, there is a Bharatiya Parvasi Divas, so deeply associated from right from the beginning. When you talk about Bharatiya Parvasi Divas started in 2003, but we are little before that. We will share with you. So 16th the Parvasi Bharatiya Divas is going to take place on 9th of January when the Honorable Prime Minister of India, he inaugurates it. So a separate web portal has been launched on 8th of December, and Shri V. Muralidharanji, the Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs Government of India, and they have also organized 4 curtain raiser wonderful webinars so far, and they are going now for the main convention, and that is going to take place on 9th of January. It will be inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, and the closing remarks and the final day valedictory will be by Honorable President of India. And both the External Affairs Minister that is full-fledged Minister, and the State Minister, both of them together, they are giving. Now, our chamber initiated way back in 1994. Parvasi Bharatiya Divas came in 2003. But before that, 1994 onward, Punjabi Parvasi Divas in India, that is in Punjab, and that is Guru Gobind Singh Stadium, and that is Jalandhar, and then of course, a couple of other places. And today, when you talk about ICSI, Punjabi Parvasi Divas, we wish to share with all of you that we have got about 31 million Indians. That means all caste, all people, all states from different parts of India, they are abroad and they are 31 million. And when you talk about that, now on 13th of January, 9th of January, you have got Parvasi Bharatiya Divas. And on 13th of January, because we have been organizing right from the beginning, it is a Lohri festival in Punjab. So 13th of January 2021, it will be dedicated Happy Lohri, and this 13th January is dedicated Parvasi, that is Punjabi Parvasi Divas, to educators, youth, and global wellness. So all of us, those are in the state of Punjab, together we would be there, we will work out. In 2021, we are focusing on holistic education, where with your classroom teaching, learning, whatsoever is taking place, along with that, we are having your skills, you're having your competencies and technology. We're also focusing on startups, stand-ups, self-employment, and then entrepreneurs. So MSME has got a very important role to play. Water management is very important world over because next crises are coming on water. Then people should also focus on agriculture and wellness. It's very important. A lot of defense personnel who retire and their children, their wards and their ladies, they can also contribute because we deal towards service industry. So our chamber is going to focus in a very big way to help retiring and retired defense personnel and their families. And then, of course, finally, social entrepreneurship is very, very important, which we all have to understand. Because what can you do for society? How you can help society? So our chamber is helping the entire society education ecosystem, where we are talking about how to bring balance between technology and your health. Your spinal cord should be all right. Your eyes should be all right. Your mind should be all right. You should remain positive. You should think positive. You should talk positive. You should walk positive. So how to make education relevant? That's what we are going to focus in future. Now, there was some government-led distance learning offerings and learning loss with, particularly when you talk about inequalities, somewhere the radio, television didn't play important role. Somewhere you had a difficulty where basically your other things, when we talk about your gadgets and everything did not help you completely into the process. And when we take that into consideration, now the challenge post-COVID, what it is going to be. Okay. Now, first of all, coping while schools are closed. So that means technology-based, you are imparting knowledge. What will happen and what will be the scenario when the schools will completely reopen? And thirdly, throughout, various steps have to be taken, and we got to see what are the opportunities to improve the system for long-lasting learning, because now it's going to be a lifelong learning. This used to be India before the Mughal had come and before the Britishers had come. India used to have its own Gurukuls. You had Guru, Shiksha Paramparaya. And then in 1947, when India got independence, it got only 19 universities, that point of time in 1947. And today in India, you have got 1,028 universities. Then you had about 400 schools and you had only 5,000 students. So how the population has got multiplied, and today when you look at, it is very, very difficult to get on to the details. That's such a big country. So heartiest congratulations to Prime Minister of India and the Education Minister of India, the new education policy, which has been given on 29th of July. Wonderful. Flip Learning is doing a good job, great job. And Divelal and her team is very dynamic and very innovative and very creative. They are putting in a lot of efforts to make education relevant. Now, when we talk about it, our chamber is organizing almost 26 webinars every week, which is dedicated to teachers, which is dedicated to youth, which is dedicated to water management strategies, which is dedicated to Swami Vivekananda's teachings, and then India ASEAN, then India's Upanishad, and then a couple of other programs from time to time on startups and everything, on the micro, small, and medium enterprise. Then besides that, Ayurveda, your global wellness, your health is very important. Now, water conservation is very, very important for all of us, because water conservation will start with our women right from home. They play a very important role. How much quantity and what kind of water they use in their day-to-day routine, whether at home, in cooking, in your survival. And besides that, when you come to school as a teacher, as a female, How are you working on? If you're working in any corporate office, how the things are. And same thing is applicable for colleges, universities, polytechnic, and ITI. Now, youth empowerment is very important, and teachers' empowerment is utmost the need of the hour. If we really want to excel in education, we got to do teachers' empowerment, because teachers' quality has to be improved. Thereafter, from morning till evening, 12 hours, we have got a complimentary service world over. Like this program is going live on the YouTube. If you come on GS Motivator, you can see this program live coming to you. So similar way we want, people should be able to get it. All the fellow colleagues whose expertise we have to utilize, that we should have a proper beaming for them and a proper network for them. This is a finishing school for the soft skills and basically life skills, which our chamber is giving. And we have helped more than 36,000 students in last 20 years. Then coming to the next one, ICSI can also help you. If you want to set up any tinkering lab in your school, we can help you. You want to set up finishing lab, that is to teach them manners, gesture, body language, articulation, confidence building exercises, all that can take place in the finishing lab. And then you have got Atal Tinkering Lab. Atal Tinkering Lab is also very important for the school going children. We are also working out during pandemic, students had a big problem on pocket money. Parents' earnings might have gone down. So every day at 12:30 in the afternoon, we are doing a special program for children. That is how children can earn their own pocket money from their mobile. Your health and wellness is very important. So 5 p.m. this evening, after this program, we have got the next webinar with Sector Skill Council, that is on wellness. And this particular Sector Skill Council will be holding a program at 5 p.m. today with us to help the global family and to help everybody. You have to just come on GS Motivator. You will have all the information available along with the live program. Now, during pandemic, our chamber has collected the data from world over, and basic food and basic health and basic education are very important. Wishing you all happy 2021. Let's come together. Let's make this world a better place. And when we talk about making education relevant, it's a global confluence of educators, motivators, technocrats, counselors, wellness experts, corporate, government administrators, and decision makers. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, let me extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests this afternoon. Those are joining us. It's a pleasure to have them with us, and we give them 5 to 6 minutes each so that they can put their perspective and they can give their idea, whatsoever they feel about it. With these words, I would like to extend a warm invitation. Manojji, we respect women folk, although you came early, but we can give the chance to Madam Iyengar. Let her speak first for 5-6 minutes. Thereafter, we will have you. And then we have our third distinguished speaker of the evening to share his vision and his expertise and his views. With these words, Madam Iyengar. Unmute your mic, ma'am. Unmute your mic, ma'am. Yeah. You are muted again.
I am unmuted, sir.
Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate you all, because you all have actually covered most of the areas. I mean, most of the areas, right from schools to women empowerment. Okay, so hats off to you all, and thanks a lot, sir, for that. When we come to today's topic, existing gaps in distance learning implementation 2020. April month, I still remember, sir, when suddenly this COVID came up, and teachers, most of the teachers, leaving the computer teachers didn't have that much knowledge in using the ICT and all. So, but then it was seen that teachers put into all their efforts, they started learning that, and we find that everything is going on quite well. I would like to highlight 4 to 5 things, sir, in order to promote close relations between existing academics in school and distance learning. What I feel is a pedagogical intervention is needed to raise the level of competence and awareness amongst the faculty members regarding flexible learning with the process oriented pedagogical effort for collaborative learning and cross institutional cooperation, where we need to enable the life skills, the holistic education, as you suggested, sir, values, health, hygiene during COVID-19, and the post-COVID-19, what we talk about, when the schools will reopen, and globalization awareness for the country to come up post-COVID. I mean, students, parents, everyone are in great problem today. When I talk to few parents, those who visit school, they all are suggesting school should reopen. I don't know why, but they are not happy with they are happy with the traditional way of learning, what we call the classroom learning. They said, yeah, digital learning is once and for all, it's good. We have to continue that. Even post COVID, this will be part of it now. Continue it with continuity. You can't just go on focusing only on class now. This digital learning will become a part and parcel of school life now. For when we come to the teachers part, it's seen that now the year has gone in COVID. Post COVID, when the school reopens for the next year, teachers will have to go back to whatever the children have learned, and then they have to go forward to it. Learn and relearn. That process will start. I mean, so I feel that teachers teams have to work with flexible learning. Teachers should get more involved with that. At the same time, the problems that are surfacing with the need of competence development efforts. One is faculty competence development in teaching with the support of modern information technology. I feel pedagogical, social, managerial, and technical needs are to be addressed with focus in person and online teaching or learning, what we call changes to instructional role in teaching in the virtual world, wherein either you depute a person or online teaching and learning. Smart learning is needed because it's using pedagogical tools as a part of formal education program with the growth of information and communication technology, wherein good training and slightly as it is differing from the traditional classroom education. In simple words, I would suggest smart learning, digital learning attempts to automate education, developing a self-paced learning, but for the purpose of an efficient IT platform to support and improve education, transforming teaching and learning as flexible learning method with the support of ICT. That's all. And this is to be continued post-COVID also. What we see, we have all to meet the challenges of pedagogy. I feel that it can be made more interesting with lectures on 3D with notes, exam results for different students. Sample exam results can be taken. Problems which I have seen in confronting with which children yeah, please. When we find that children are confronting and parents are with them, what I find is simple problems are at a home, one mobile is there, one Android they have, and there are 2 students or 3 students at the most, and the parents are finding it very tough to deal with this, that each Zoom class is going on or the Google Meet is going on, and parents have to really literally run around, and children are not interested. That is one of the main things. What I feel is that problems confronted in distance learning is many a times it feels that the feeling of isolation comes, which needs to be taken care of amongst the children. Academic discipline is not there, which we can maintain better in school. I mean, when we go on with the Zoom classes or the other classes, usually you find that the academic discipline is not there. Use of technology should be used to the fullest, and lack of support, teachers need to be given support. But many a times in rural areas, what I find, sir, is that network is not available, and because of that the classes don't reach children. I mean, something needs to be done for that, number one. And a lot of learning is peer based, you know that it's a peer based thing. Use and discussion, teaching others, explaining concepts are all excellent ways, but still they don't have the social impact as working together in person when we come to distant learning. That is
Okay.
the thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Iyengar. Wonderful
Thank
inputs.
you.
Wonderful. May I now
Thank you.
go to Mr. Manoj to strategy, because religious place, wonderful place, and everybody in Namaskaram. And you
Namaskar.
came
Namaste,
Almighty
namaste.
right over there. He's in Tirupati Balaji. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and very well said, ma'am. I think that is the benefit of speaking at first. So you get a chance to cover many things at a time.
All the best,
So
sir.
great, yeah, great to know all that. Looking at today's topic, and I would like to put my views also. As topic says that the existing gaps in distance learning and implementation. So as we all are aware, this COVID-19 has taken entry suddenly, and nobody was aware, and in fact, prepare well to accept this challenge and go ahead with this learning method, teaching learning process.
Very
So there are many gaps, as you rightly said, especially we are facing it at rural area, because when physical schools are going on, that time also the rural area schools, they have n number of problems with the attendance of students. So how about during this COVID-19, and when we are talking about the distance learning? So for me, I have jotted down few gaps, and I'll begin it with the triangle. When we talk about the education system is incomplete without this triangle, and the triangle has have students, then teachers, and the parents. So let's begin from the teachers. See, every institution have so many teachers. Those have joined the school or completed their teaching profession courses before 20 years, 30 years, where this digitalization or the technology was not taking place. So they are still struggling and learning to learn new technology to implement in the physical classrooms. So when this COVID-19 has taken place, first thing was a big challenge to all the teachers. Those are not techno savvy. So they have to learn themselves and then implement and then present to the front of a student. That was the biggest gap I could see right from my institution to the other institutions, that it was a big barrier for teachers to come front of camera and then start this digital teaching, or for students also to start with the digital learning. So I think we would have increased the utilization of online learning strategies in advance to become this. This was the first gap I felt so. And then we would have, or we now also need to jot down or pin down all the possibilities and obstacle now we are facing through our online learning process or teaching process. So this is also the very important gap. Nowadays what we are doing is we are trying to reach to each and every child through our own way, but the same way we need to see the flip side of it, the other side of it, that what barriers or what obstacles students are also facing nowadays to cope up with this distant learning, right? And then again, as earlier also I said, very important, the role of instructors have been changed. So are they ready to take that role? So earlier it was really very friendly and easy for teachers. They were used to go to the physical classrooms and interact and show their emotions and have that great bonding, so that is somehow is missing, and there are so many obstacles. So if we will note down the obstacle, it is right from the availability of digital device from both the ends, from teachers end also and from students end also. Here I would like to mention this thing also, as we will talk about the private schools. Okay, so private school and private school teachers, they are completely depending on the salary, and the salary is of course managed by the fees which we collect. So when we have started this distance education, many parents, they didn't support it to the school by paying fees. So if teacher has to be ready to teach through this method, through this new platform, so he or she also has to be equipped with the digital devices. That might be the Android phone or the laptop or the internet connectivity. So I felt this was also one of the obstacle or the gap for this implementation of distance education. And when it comes to the monitoring part, now I stay at Shirdi, so I know many of our parents, they have to go out to work and earn for their bread and butter. So at that time, when it comes to the higher grades, who will monitor them once the device is been given to them? How will you check? Because parents are not that literate, or they are not even aware how to use this particular device. So this is also one of the gap, I believe. And when we are talking about the modern education, so for that modern education, they should be open in, and we should accept the new change. Teachers, they need to upgrade themselves every now and then, and same way parents also, they need to do. Initially when I started my talk with the triangle, so this triangle is also very, very important to cooperate each other during this pandemic also, when we would like to be successful in this distant education. Also we need to respond to the wide range of different needs. When we were in the classroom, we used to point out, or we used to attain these different needs very easily, which is really not happening. So this is also one of the major gap, because your emotions, is nowhere seen there through your this kind of education. So I think there are many things those are stopping us. But at this platform, I just would like to say that nothing is going to stop us if we decide and if we would like to come out of it. So there might be many gaps to implement this distance education, but if we are well prepared and if we know the way out and if our action plan is ready, nobody is going to stop us. So thank you so much. This was my view about this today's topic.
And action plan is ready?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Wonderful. So we have also been joined by our friend Shanmuga Sundarji. I would request him to unmute his mic and just tell something about his school, which location is he, where is he, so that we can extend him a warm welcome.
Sure. I am from Nasik School at Nasik.
Nasik, wow. Okay, so you're printing notes for us, currency for us. Okay.
It is called Thames City.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Actually, India is a highly populated country, and we are assisted the classroom teaching, especially when you talk about teacher-student ratio. Comparing with other countries, our teacher-student ratio can say very low. And we after classroom teaching, only show from the classroom teaching, teach without students in school. This is an era in life that school is going on without students as well as with the teachers. But it's a practical session. We have to accept, but there are me plus as well as minus. Actually, it about it's good if the learners with good IQ level, they won't motivate.
Can I
What
make,
we have is
can I make a request to you? If you could be kind enough to switch off your camera, that bandwidth will come to your audio and people will be able to listen to you much better. Because some of them, they are sitting over here that they are not able to get, signal is getting distorted.
So actually net problem in my system.
No worries. Just switch off the video. Yes, go ahead now.
One minute.
No, now it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So, yes. So, India especially in a classroom situation.
Yes.
But now we are changing to new field. that it's good mainly for above average learners. For a e-learning, it's very good and it is very good concept. But when it comes to average and below average learners, they need some kind of motivation time to time, but it is lacking behind. And already my co-panelist said eye to eye contact that is missing when we talk e-learning. When we teach something in a classroom situation, we know the response of the students. Okay, somewhere it is going down, so we can pull it up, give something to motivate, which is lacking behind in online classes. And then when it comes to mathematics subject, logical subject, especially mathematics, science subjects, to create the curiosity among the students, when you do something, okay, what you may get, that kind of curiosity question is lacking behind when it comes to online classes. And when we say practical part for maybe higher classes, even lower classes, we may go for OLab or online practical, but it is not substituting. The child should touch the equipments, feel, sensation. All these aspects are lacking behind in e-learning. Then when it comes, they feel that online classes is like a passive classes. It is not like active classes. And already many members, means both the members said, the teachers, educators, they trained in the new system and still they are in learning process. Even teachers are in learning process, how to adapt with the new situation. So they are also like a student, they are also learning at this moment. But there are some plus point also. Any of the student can learn at any time. The teacher also can take the classes. So it is flexible time. But the point is actually fitness of the students is coming under again question mark. Most of the parents says when there was a regular school, the students will get up and they will come to school. So like a regular routine work, but now only online class, they may switch on their mobile or maybe a laptop, and their own hygienic, that is also comes under stress. Then in the school, for a healthy competition, surprise test, slip test, tongue test, whatever you can call it as, all these now could not possible in an online situation. Then how to assess the students? There may be a different strategy to assess the students, but still what level of subjectivity, that is a question mark. Now learning equals earning, but L is disappearing. So as a educators, now first we have to learn how to operate the digital system to come into the real field. And once if it is digitalized, it saves the time and cost. And even if the recording is done, whenever the student wants to learn, they can do it, they can review the course. And because of this digital communication, any student has any doubt, they can clarify through different communication system, maybe WhatsApp, email, chat, all these facilities are available. Now, the final conclusion is maybe a student who is having little IQ or above, maybe you can say 5th, 6th, 7th students, they can easily pick up this e-learning. But when the students below age, they are finding it difficult. Same way, a student who is having self-discipline, an educator, self-discipline, they will improve. And last, it actually protect the environment in another way. So many vehicles, pollution, coming to one place, time management, all these things are abolished in e-learning. So in other way, it is protected our environment. But in every system, there are some hurdles. We have to find out which one is best to overtake these hurdles. So e-learning now will be part of our education system. So we have to upgrade ourselves to face the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sundarji. Now,
Hi.
this is something very important I would like to share with all of you. Everything has got merits and demerits. Everything has got plus and minus. You got to have advantages, disadvantages. Now, the statistics which are coming from world over, 71% children are happy online education. They don't want to come to school.
That's good.
Now, another thing very important, whether you like it or not or accept it or not, Indian education system has become more transparent, accountable, accessible, and anybody, anytime, anywhere can see what has been taught, which way it has been taught, which teacher has done the homework, which teacher has not done the homework, which teacher is yapping, and which teacher is really doing it professionally. Another thing, now there are new principals, those have been appointed world over, they are parents. The present principals have resigned. Teachers are teaching and parents are the principal. Now they are passing comments standing next to the mobile phone and cell phone and computer, and they say, oh, this teacher, she is teaching very well. She has done her homework. Next class, oh, Mr. Manoj is passing time. He has not done the homework properly. So parents are passing their principals now. Thereby, now what new another concept I would like to share. 29th of July, this policy was implemented in India. Whatsoever was to come in India in next 10 years, next 10 years in education system, it has come in 9 months. It has come just in 9 months. Now, all students and all teachers, those are watching this program from these 3 prestigious schools, if you are enjoying digital learning, then just write on the YouTube GS Motivator channel where you are watching yes. And if you are not enjoying digital education, write no. Just say yes or no, whether you are enjoying or you are not enjoying. But I know all teachers will write no, we are not enjoying. Because they want to come to school. Why?
That's for sure.
Because the system has to go on. But if I ask students, they would say, no, uncle, we are not interested to come to school. It's so good. It's so enjoyable. I can sit anywhere. I can enjoy. And last 1 to 2 minutes, we will give. Meanwhile, write yes or no. Yes or no. Everybody in the group on GS Motivator on the YouTube, are you enjoying digital education or not? And now the final round, I'll go for 2 minutes each. Let me go to Madam Iyengar, then I go to Manojji, and then I come to Sundarji. Yes, Iyengar ma'am.
Sir, I would like to tell you one thing very important, that we are all learning. Though teachers are learners here, I believe in lifetime learning. Teachers are always learning for life. But, it is always the survival of the fittest. If you need to survive, then you need to learn. That's very important. If you go for the Charles Darwin theory, the survival of the fittest, I will add that to it, that teachers are also enjoying the digital learning. Let me tell you very frankly. Because what we find is teachers are happy learning new things. They have adapted themselves to the new technology to that extent. In the beginning, if I look into it, then, they were not comfortable with the digital learning, maybe because everyone is watching you. But by and by, in the month of July, in 3 months, they passed on with it. The videos which they made were very good. Number one. Thirdly, they have gone for flip learning, and most of the things I have found that as an educator, they have developed themselves to that extent where they are using smart learning very efficiently, and they find it is helping around very well.
Thank you.
So I would suggest, this is the truth, sir, because you have no alternative now. You need to go with it.
I'm finding it quite surprising. I'm finding it quite surprising if teachers and students are enjoying. Yesterday in the same webinar, I had. No.
Sir, I would like to add, students and teachers are enjoying, but parents are finding it a little tough because of the mobile problems and network problems. But otherwise, this learning is going on very well.
Okay, thank you. Today's webinar, I am also
Thank you.
finding it surprised. This webinar is basically on digital learning. Yesterday webinar, I had 500 participants from 3 schools. And today I've got only 11 participants so far. That means either principals have not informed, or students have not come, or teachers have not informed the students. But today it's a very poor participation. May I make a humble request? I want all students and all teachers to participate. Unless they don't participate, 3 principals talking, giving their version, that is not going to get across to the world. My basic objective and aim is let student participate, let teacher participate, let them give their suggestion, let give them. No idea is poor idea, no idea is bad idea, every idea is innovative idea. We learn from each other. Nobody is perfect. Age has got no criteria. Working for number of years in any organization has got no criteria. We learn from our children. Children are always the teacher of tomorrow. And that is the way we have to take on. May I request my principals, please tell your teachers and students to participate, please. They are not participating. I'm not enjoying. Because, okay, fine, I'll give one question of 1,000 rupees, right? Kaun banega crorepati? The first question, 1,000 rupees. Very simple question I'll give you. And anybody who answers correctly, you get 1,000 rupees. In Kaun banega crorepati also question starts with 1,000 rupees. Okay, right. 1947, India got independence. 1968, first education policy. 1986 second education policy, 1992 minor changes, 2020 now on 29th July after 34 years this education policy. You got to just write in the YouTube channel on the GS Motivator what percentage of 1986 education policy actually got implemented till date. What percentage of 1986 education policy got implemented? If you write even 1% more and 1% less in your answer, I will still give you 1,000 rupees right now in next 1 minute. Like Amitabh Bachchan ji takes out and swipe, I will swipe right over here and give you first 1,000 rupees. Anybody. Teachers can also participate. I have no problem. But you got to give me the authority where from you pick up the answer, because then only I can tell you whether your answer is correct or not. Nakal marne ke liye bhi akal chahiye. That is something very important.
Very well said.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, Manojji, let's have 2 minutes of yours.
Yes. So if this question comes to me that as are teachers enjoying digital teaching? So these are two different words I would like to explain here. Is initially they were tense how to tackle this situation and how to learn ourselves to teach. So I believe that to teach we need to learn twice, right? To teach once we need to learn twice. So that was the condition initially. And now if you will say right at this point, it is all depend teacher to teacher. There are few teachers they are enjoying because they might be having their own problem, and at home they are able to provide this service and they are enjoying. But if I have to put this in one word, now teachers are comfortable, more than happy. I will say that they are comfortable with this digital teaching. And if it comes through the word happy, it is everybody's definition is different, and it goes teacher to teacher, because there are few teachers they really need a that human touch to put that life or that liveness to the students. So they are eagerly waiting for schools to reopen and see their kids in their classrooms. But yes, there are few teachers they are so confident enough, they say that I can even do this job digitally. So it is all depend how equipped you are with your thoughts and how equipped you are with the infra and technology. It has to be blended well, and then only we can come to the conclusion with these two words, so called comfortable and happy. So if you will ask me, my feelings are the mixed feelings. Yes, there are few topics or there are few events and celebrations. I really feel that okay, this goes really well on digital platform. But there are many occasions and many times I feel that oh, my kids would have been here with me. So this is how my feelings are. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well taken. Sharmuga Sundarji, please, your
Yes,
views,
sir.
including views. And meanwhile, I
Sure,
would
sir.
request Iyengar ma'am and Manojji, your students should participate. I am not seeing the students.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not seeing the students. I'm not seeing the teachers. Sharmuga Sundarji,
Yes, sir.
yeah, please go ahead.
Uh, yes, sure. Uh, Actually, in both the system, means in classroom situation as well as in e-learning, in
Yeah,
both the cases, plus and minus are there. When it comes to e-learning, we have to upgrade ourselves mainly first. So that process is going on. So it may not give a result immediately. It may take some more time. So I cannot assure that all the teachers are equipped to face tomorrow's world. But it is, they are also in the learning process. Some of them already may come to a level, but some of them has to come to up to the level mark. Some may be lower level, but it is an effort of improvement in their own, in other words, the professionalism in e-learning. When it comes to like writing way, actually when it comes to e-learning, everything we are typing and students also giving a response in chat box. So the writing aspect is now is under question mark. So personally I speak, maybe e-learning for good for higher level, but even in higher level, the practical aspect, a student should know as tomorrow after completing the course, whether the child is going to the open world, to know what is the practical situation. So the practical part of education process that will be conducted only in the lab or maybe in the environment. So they have to come together. They cannot see YouTube or maybe in OLAP or whatever the government provided websites. That may not, they may passively listen, but to kind of performing an experiment, say they need like a classroom situation, lab activities. So
okay.
in both the ways it is there. So they have to accept both the ways. Maybe to certain proportionate, maybe online, certain proportionate, maybe classroom situation, it is good.
Okay. Okay. So that talks about blended learning. That talks about blended learning. But ladies and gentlemen, technology is going to stay. Technology is going to make us move. Technology is going to facilitate. Technology is going to have intervention. Technology we have to adapt. Whether we are retiring tomorrow or we are retiring after 10 years, anybody who feels that I can survive even for 1 week without technology, I think that person is somewhere wrong and you are not understanding. It is coming like tsunami. It is coming like tsunami. And
Right.
it's coming in a very big way. You have to adopt it. And sooner you adopt and sooner you enjoy, better it is. I'm at the age of 72 and I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day and every moment. And I learn from everybody. There's no harm in learning from children. There's no harm in learning from others. And let me assure you, some of us might have come accidentally into education ecosystem and somebody might have been passionate to come over here. Somebody might have come because you are not getting any other job and you thought, let's go there. Now education is exposed. It's going to be transparent. It's going to be deliverable. It's going to be accountable. It's going to be learning centric. It's going to be student centric. It's going to be outcome centric. What exactly is the outcome, whatsoever has been taught? Now, my journey had been very tough. I'll share with you because I come from the armed forces background. I was major in the Indian Army. And way back in 70s when I joined and I got commissioned and everything, and then of course minor casualty and the medical category down. I did my master's and PhD. I never wanted to study. I hated studies all the time. 33% marks. I was extremely happy that I have joined the Indian Army and I'm very happy, dignified job, and I'll retire as a Lieutenant General from there. but it came as a punishment to me. I had to do my master's, I had to do my PhD. And thereafter, I moved on deputation to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. And I drafted the whole national policy on tourism. And I drafted first MBA tourism for India. I set up the National Institute for Tourism for Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Now down south, I have spent more time than spending in north. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and entire northeast, all the 8 beautiful states. And thereby, the education is going to totally change now. It's going to be, whether we like it or not, you got to enjoy. See, either you get a thing of your choice in life and you enjoy it. If you don't get things of your choice, what you get, start enjoying that and become passionate. You will not get tired, you will get bored. Now, how can you empower education? Bring music in education. Music should be integral part of education. Your storytelling should be part of education. Your mimicries and anchoring and dancing and culture should be integral part of education. And we need more and more taco-savvy youth. Those will develop our own Indian stories instead of reading British stories, which are there in our books and textbooks and historical perspectives. There is a great future for all of you. There's a wonderful future for all of you. You will do wonders. I wish I was born now. I wish I was in school now and Madam Iyengar was my principal. I believe so, but then the time has gone. The time is gone. So thereby, next birth when I come, I'll join Manojji's and Sundarji's school. So what I want to share with all of you, enjoy education. Education has become very interesting. Education has become great fun. And it is not that education what it used to be earlier. Sooner we adopt the technology, and digital education is going to become more powerful than other means of education. All of us in a very positive way, wishing you all a wonderful, happy new year ahead and wonderful kids in your school, your teachers and everybody safe, sound, wonderful and happy wellness. It is there not happy health, now it is happy wellness. Wellness is more important, yoga, meditation, homeopathy, nutrition, organic, all that we have to take.